Good night. Good night, people. Good night, wherever you are. Or should I say good morning as well? Good morning, good day, good night, good afternoon. Let me welcome you to this another episode of the Saudi Crest Show. I must say that it's a pleasure bringing to you a few games yesterday, and also it has been a wonderful week of football. And I try my very best to present to you, so we can have the discussion nightly like these for 45 minutes to an hour. Of course, the show will not last an hour tonight, but we just want to have a brief look at a few of the games that were played yesterday, those that were played today, and also look at our previewing the games for tomorrow and our prediction. We can't do without our prediction. So tonight, of course, I'll be asking you to ensure that you pay your part, of course, because it's not an easy road for me to just go. Remember, people, I know you want to learn and know you want the information, but it's best that we have this as a discussion. Big up yourself, Fast Print. Big up yourself, big media out there. And people, I want you to look out for Fast Print. Look out for Fast Print. He's doing some wonderful jobs. For those of you who got a chance to watch Clarendon College versus Kellits today, Fast Print was there. I also circulate those links so I can tell you, wonderful picture, wonderful, clean. I want to reach that stage. But for now, I'll grow. Big up yourself, Fast Print. Continue to do the good work. All right. So, as I was saying, people, the prediction last night, yesterday evening, last night, I wanted to do a show, but I must tell you, there's just a little circumstances why I couldn't, wasn't possible at all. I came in very late and there was a power cut, but afterwards, trust me, I was so tired. I've never standing on my feet streaming for so long. So you can just imagine. And I also add a little commentary because what I want to do, people, is not just show you. I really want to do the commentary of the games. All right? I know there are some fans who want to hear the commentary. Some of them, they enjoy the commentary more than actually the video. And thanks for that. Thanks for the big up. Thanks, of course, for the support that you continue. I want to say again, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, thank you very much for the support from yesterday. There was a lot of fans that I have gained yesterday, and I'm happy for that. I will ask you to continue to join the Saudi Crest Show in whichever presentation I'm doing. Be a part of the family. All right, and I will try my very best to present to you the games that you want to see wherever. I will try my best, but please remember, I will be focusing mostly on the DaCosta Cup as it relates to streaming games. All right. Again, I want to say this. I can't stream all the games. Good. And also, remember, just a disclaimer that there are some games that I can't even budge. You might want to see a particular game, but if it is a TV game, if sports must carry this game live, trust me, you can't see the Saudi Crest. All right? So bear that in mind. But also, I will encourage you to get on to Sportsmax, whichever game they are in and you want to see. All right. But again, I try my very best to do and to carry the games that you want. All right, people, we're not going to start with today, but what a set of games yesterday. What a set of games yesterday. It was really goal fest, both in Manning Cup and DaCosta Cup. I must say to you, I am so amazed. I am also frightened when I look at some of these score lines. We have had a few score lines in the teens. I thought that those were thing of the past. But is it a situation that the teams that scoring those are amassing those goals, right? Are they very good? Or the teams that conceded are very weak? So these are things we can look into. Anthony MG, big up yourself. McGrath, I look great. McGrath is a very good team. Look out for McGrath. And if you notice over the past 4 or so years, McGrath has been consistent in the second round. They have done well. And I want to take the opportunity of big up their coach, Big up, Mr. Thomas. Jeremy and Thomas, big up yourself. Anyway, you're there. Big up yourself. So, Anthony, yeah, man, McGrath look good. Very good. No doubt. I think, I want to get into the game, but since you mentioned it, yesterday's game, it was a game of, we like to say a game of two halves. Not necessarily a game of two halves. It was a good game throughout, but I was really disappointed how long the game went, especially going into the dark. Yes, and I must apologize. I actually missed out on the latter part because my power went, but you went, people. So I could not stream the latter part of the games, and that's the part when the two last goals scored by Dintel. However, people, that's a very good game. It was dark, and if you notice, because it was overcast, the game started late, and by such it went down to the wire, right down to the very last of the sunlight. All right. So yes, McGrath looked good. Dintil also looked good. And again, based on information that I received yesterday, Dintil was actually playing a sort of, I'm not gonna say a second string team, but Dintil was not to full strength on paper. I guess they were not to full strength on paper. And I still don't believe that if they were at full strength, it would have been far better. No. Remember, to McGrath have a few players out. So both teams were not to full strength. One of the things I must take, regardless of how weak those teams were yesterday, if that is a weakened team, if those teams were weak yesterday, I would love to see both teams at full strength. They are confident teams, and I strongly believe that those are the two teams in this group, Zone J, yes, to be beat. All right. So people, yesterday a whole lot of games, but more so, I want you to assist, you to come in with the chat and give me your piece because I'm not sure I'll be able to rally back at all the results for the game. But what I would love for you to, you can call in people, call in and have a chat live. Or if you want to come straight online, if you want to be a part of the studio, I will place the link in and you can come and we have a chat. All right. So the phone line is 876-501-6625. All right. So you can call me. WhatsApp, preferably. If you can manage to call straight wherever you are, not a problem. But WhatsApp is, more so for the internationals. Now, the games yesterday. The game yesterday, especially, and I will start with the games that were in Zone J. Those games, we saw Charlie Mount up against Eurton. And remember, for history, for those of you who don't know this the zone back this side, Charlie Mount and Dintil are the name brand side over the years, are the so-called big sides. All right? But in recent time, Eurton has stepped up. Edith Bennett, formerly Bagwag, stepped up. McGrath has stepped up. And I want to tell you this. Every single team in this group has already made it to the semi-final, not sorry, to the second round, and more so, if not all, if my memory serves me right, these teams are already gone to the quarterfinals. Remember, McGrath was a semi-finalist a few years back, so they are no pushover. Yuatan has made it to the quarterfinals. Bagwalk then has made it to the quarterfinals. Charlie Mount has made it to the quarterfinal. Ding Till, as I say, is not just for Zone J Dingtil, but Dingtil is one of the big team in DaCosta Cup over the past maybe 8 to 10 years. Dingtil, I must say, people, is probably the most consistent team in DaCosta Cup as it relates to last four. So Dingtil probably has made it to the semi-final probably 3 out of the last 5 years. They have made it to the final, but more so the semi-final. Strangely, just strangely, I can't understand why they were unable to go over the lines after being into the semi-finals consistently so many times. But again, people tend to say, and I said it too, that when you're a champion, you know how to do it, right? But Dintil is a former champion of DaCosta. So maybe that doesn't have a lot to say about it. All right, Heron, big up yourself, Garth Heron. I tell you, big up yourself, my virgin. Good for passing. And as I said before, you can continue the text in the chat and you can call. People, remember, like and share the Saudi Crest channel. All right, for those of you who have not yet subscribed, please do so as well. We are moving and we are growing. All right. So the Charlie Mount Magra, Dingtil, Charlie Mount Magra, Yotan, and Bagua. Those are the five teams in Zone J. All right. My prediction earlier, I think in the first prediction show, I said that Magra and Dingtil are the two likely teams to come out first and second. However, it's highly possible that one of these teams outside of Magra and Dingtil can make it through the second round as a best third place team based on how the zones are set up. All right. If it sets in the same manner how it sets last year, then of course this group has an opportunity to make it through as best third place. All right. So don't write off any team out of Zone J. Don't write them off. Jonathan and Charlie Mount played against each other. It was, to me, I would give it an evenly contested match. Charlie Mount, I think, has the better of play, yes. But once Charlie Mount took the lead, they show that they are competent. But Jonathan never stopped. They continue trying. They were able to get one goal from it, so it ended 2-1. But if you watch the game, and you probably could look back at it, you go to the Saudi Press channel, and of course you look for the Jonathan Charlie Mount game. The two first chances of the game went to Jonathan. A matter of fact, they were very, very good chances. One of them, I don't know how that player didn't score. But as I said before, you need to hit the back of the net. Good chance doesn't work. Eh? You have to score. So you see, what I am actually looking at is the fact that these two teams were able to score. And if you are able to score, regardless of your opponent, anything can happen. You can score. So I'm expecting upset in this group. I'm expecting at least one upset. I'm expecting at least one upset. I will not say which team, but I'm expecting an upset in this team. And the upset I'm talking about is not necessarily for those who will come first, second, or third, but for one of the weaker teams to beat one of the top teams. Yeah, man. Fast sprint. First goal today for Clarendon College was a penalty kick in the first 5 minutes of the game. Wow. All right. Fast sprint. I don't know. Maybe you could join us if you want to join me in studio and share share the goals for this game. Because you brought that game live. All right. So I'm gonna send the link in the chat, and if you wish, you could come, you could share, and we could have a discussion. For those who would never see the goals, will get the opportunity. All right, no problem. All right, so that's the link, boss, and for anybody else who want to join in the group. So my honest opinion, and I say opinion because when everybody watching the game, people tend to see it differently. The Charlie Mount Jonathan game it was really a curtain raiser to the Dintil game. Dintel McGrath. And, you know, it doesn't matter sometimes how a team played in terms of performance, in terms of ball possession and so on. But if you are able to score, if you are able to win, then there must be some positive in the game. And football, people want to see goals. So there were 3 goals in the match. I think there should have been more, could have been more. But, you know, all in all, I think the end result is a fair result. It's a fair result. Let me hasten to say, though, my prediction for that game, Euratown versus Charlie Mount, was 2-2. That was my prediction. And it could have been. Yes, it could have been. But such is the nature of it, all right? Dintel McGrath, this game started on a pace as if it is the final. They started as if they were playing a final game. The pace was very high. Yes, so after the first 10 or 15 minutes, I realized that, you know, they had to back off. Yes, I must tell you though, when I look at the game, McGrath ensured that Dinkley never get enough space, especially in the attacking third. They try to close them down quickly, close them down. And people remember, Dinkley have National League players on that field yesterday. But I can tell you though, Pass, and I'm sure that must have been a plan of the coach. He never get much opportunity, he never see or get his own way in that game. So again, the technical and tactical aspect of that game from both coaches, both camps, were very good. Yes, they know the team's strengths, they know the opponent's weaknesses, and so they capitalize. They try to, outmatch where it is, outrun where they are to, mark where they had to mark. So, it was really a good game in my estimation. And for those who watch, if you believe so, you can. If not, you can also make a comment. Give me your views on it. All right. So again, that opening match, our opening matches for that zone was, they were good. They were good. No, people, I am not, I don't even know how to look at it. But in other games, what else? And I just want to look at some big scoring goals, big scores. I was so amazed when I heard the results of the Denby, was it Denby Poros game? Denby has hit 18 unanswered goal against Poros. 80. No. I can't remember outside of yesterday, when was the last time there was an 18-0 in the DaCosta. Personally, I can't remember, and I think I've been following closely. So those who know, if you have seen or heard anything in recent history, 18-0. Also, from that 18-0, hold on, from that 18-0, I think one player scored 10. Hold on a second. Good, good night, Mr. Ferguson. You're live on the Saudi Press Show.
Good evening, Saudi Press. How are you?
Not bad at all, sir. And you? It's going good, man. I'm actually live now. You're calling in live, so I thought you want to say something based on what you have heard, but it's going quite well.
What news should I have heard?
Some very big wins, man. I'm just talking about them behind who swamped Poros by 18 goals to nil.
Say what? 18.
18. When last have you heard a score line of that magnitude? So many goals.
And since Comfort stopped getting them kind of beating.
I wanted to draw that comparison, but I am so afraid that some people will be coming out hard at me, to remind them of the flogging they received then.
But no, that is long gone. That is long gone.
Yeah. Yes, man.
Oh,
But
how is Mr. Vasso taking his baptism?
I am hoping he's watching. I have not spoken to him since. I called him a few times. I don't know if he's in hiding really, which I don't think he will hide from it. But I can't say that he will take it easy. I didn't really um, foresee this type of results. I predicted wrongly in that game. And remember, I said when I did my prediction for that game, I predicted based on the coach, not so much of the team perspective, because I know the coach. I know he has a way to come up with some dramatic energy in football games. So that's why I had actually predicted a 2-1 to Kate. But knowing, and I have said it too, that Heidel is the best team in that group. Heidel is the big team in the group, and they have showed it. They have showed that they are no pushover and they are hitting out. They stamp their class and they are making a statement to the other big guns in the Manning Cup.
How well did they do last time? How well did they do in the competition last time?
Heidel, I don't remember, but they look good last year. I saw them I think twice in preseason last year. I don't think they had played to their full potential during the competition. I think they had made it to the second round as well. But they never come out all guns blazing. I think they were more of a developing team last year. But now, with what they had last year and what I have seen of them and the experience to which they have to their squad, I think they will do very well.
But KC seemed to have gotten a rough thing because they lost a player to a red card early in the game.
Yes. And that is always very rough for any team, to playing with 10 men from so early, especially playing up a very good team.
That is true. I must make it clear that I've never been a KC supporter, but Battle there, so I want them to win.
Yeah. That is so true. and Fergie, I must say though, I think Coach Vassell and his team will bounce back.
I have no doubt.
No doubt about that. Yes, man, and your farmer school started out very well too. They're leading the zone.
Hey, who they play?
They played Claude McKay in the first game, and also they played today they played Thompson Town.
All right, tell me when them you go up against Fifi and Glenmuir, them cannot score me one no.
Very good, easy, So yeah, try to say they not they don't want to hear the scores from the minutes.
No, because them games are supposed to be practice games.
Well, based on what I have seen and what has shown, yes, it is. They had won 3-0 today.
And I can imagine it was a wasteful game because they're supposed to score more against them little teams.
Well, all right. There may be little teams, but Thompson Town, I think, is a young team, but is a well-drilled team. They have coached by also a former Edwin Allen player and a well-known coach in this island who have coached to the Premier League too. So it's expected. I've seen them play, so I know that they have, some aspect they can manage. So I know it wasn't a all over run. I wasn't expecting them to drop another 7 today.
So they got a good game to analyze what they need to work on.
I should think so. I should think so. I got some reports that they look good today. The same. It never look bad as how it sounds. Coaches already. I heard the coach mention from time to time that he has a very weak team, young and weak in experience, but they are able to show some level of resistance, which is good.
How many players you retained from the last time? Meaning, oh,
I think originally preseason he said he retained, I think, about 10 or 11 players. But I'm not too sure of the complement now, after, registration and so on, might very well last a two, a few. I don't know. So I might have to ask him. I mean, I'm sure that he's watching as well. So, Mr. Nigel Lenky Stewart, if you mind, just give me a few shout out and let us know. We want to know how many players you retain from last year, coming from Sir Ferguson from out of Georgia.
indeed.
Yes.
So the next round for them gonna do what? Next week, Monday, Wednesday, which day?
I think hold on, I can check it because I think the next match they have no games this Saturday. I think it's next Tuesday is their next game. Next Tuesday is the other set of games for that zone.
Well, I'll keep a keen eye and keep interested in what's going on because, talk about that too.
Of course, I don't know you have interest, man. You're part of the PBA group, so you want to know what's going on.
Oh, yeah. We kind of wish for them all the best and I know man do what they can for the team. So,
Yes. Yes, so it's next Wednesday. And next Wednesday, Edunalin will host Kellits. That's their next game.
Kelly seen so far. The game that Kelly so
Kellits,
far, what happened?
Kellits actually edge Thompson Town in their first game by a goal to nil, and they lost 4-0 to Clarendon College this afternoon.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So Kelly should be
And
but then, given that if you go based on
And they don't, I mean, Kellits also have some good players. I mean, inexperienced too, but good enough to surprise you if you are not careful. So
all right.
I will say that Kellits can cause an upset if you are not careful.
Okay. Thanks for the update, sir, and I'll keep in tune.
Yeah, man, continue tuning into the Saudi Crest Show nightly. You'll get all of those results and information. We also have prediction going on, so I will ensure that you get a fixture, sir, so you can follow.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome, man. Thank you very much for calling. All right. All right, so thank you again. So that's Mr. Ferguson calling out of Georgia, yes, giving his piece and so on. So, people, as I say, you can call. Let me just go. Good night, Mr. Lee. Yeah, man, thanks again for joining, right? And as you were saying that, Dan Lewis, pick up yourself, sir. Dan Lewis, talk, chat about. Blessings to all. Good start, Coach Tuffy. Good start, yes, man. Good start from Edunalin, I must tell you. always. And right now they're leading the zone. Up, Edwin Allen. But they fan them there. I'm gonna see Edwin Allen fans coming out. The man called Dunga rolling out the eyes. Where are you rolling out? What is it you're looking at, Dunga? Tell me. All right. So we continue, people. I am looking at now the games that were played yesterday. A lot of shocking results, people. And I say shocking results because of the score lines. And as I mentioned, Demby, who scored 18 against Boros. Is there anyone on set who saw that game or have any highlights of what happened to that game? Anyone? Yes? But even I'm just gonna cut and go since I'm talking about high scoring game. I also in the Manning Cup, in the Manning Cup, there's also a very handsome win for St. George's. Who did St. George's play again? I let me double check. But St. George's, I think, was it 16? So not just in the DaCosta Cup, both competitions, we are seeing some high scoring games. I suspect, I suspect that this year's competition, schoolboy football competition, a lot of, what would I say now, not just history, yes, but records will be broken, records will be set in this year's schoolboy competition. Trust me on that, people. Trust me. So let me see if I can give you some roundup of the some games yesterday. All right, just run through a few games. All right, so I already give you the games. Charlie Mount one, you at two rather, you at one. Dingtail three, Magra one. All right. We also have Black River and Mannings drew 1-1. I thought, and I have predicted Mannings to win that game. I said 2 love, but Black River come in and share the spoil right there. Irwin 3-0 over Spot Valley. I think I had Irwin to win. I think was it 4-1 or 4-0? Yes, that was what I have there. But you know, that's how it actually went. Let me see the other games that I have. I think I've said that Alphonsus Davis, they had lost to Knox. I predicted Alphonsus Davis to win. Yes. Mile Gully, 3-0 over Belfield. Um, that was one of the scores. Maldan got 2-0 from Cornwall College. That also I predicted correctly. So those were the games I had the results for yesterday. But in the Manning Cup results, I think I have 2 or 3 results from yesterday. But the big result, people, St. George's College, coached by Neville Bertie Spell, scored 16 unanswered goals over Pembroke. 16. If you should look at that, 16 goals. And sometimes we say that the teams that suffers these heavy defeats, they are no good, and that's why they are. No man. If you are not good, all right. There are very good teams out there. But if you notice, sometimes they are unable to score more than 4 goals. It doesn't matter the opponent. And I'm gonna bet my last dollar on this. I bet you that return leg, you don't see another 16. I bet you that. So those are some results. That was very frightening. Yeah, man, astonished. Astonished. I can't believe that there were so many big scores in the Manning Cup and DaCosta Cup last year. Not at all, but this year. So that is the reason why I strongly believe that the records, you might very well find that this year will be the highest score or goal scored throughout. All right. And I think we mentioned some games before already. As Ferguson asked, what about KC? What happened? That's it's unfortunate for that baptism. All right. Trevor Whittick, blessing Sardi Crest, Erin Allen rolling, bro. 10 goals, 2 games. My God, very good. This is what I'm talking about, people. Erin Allen had scored 7 in their first goal, 7 unanswered. Well, no. I think Claude McKay got one. So it was 7-1. And today, they have scored another 3. One thing I know, though, people, Erin Allen is always scoring a lot of goals, especially in first round. Coach playing that level of attacking football. So this coach attack and him attack fast. That's how he play. So teams, if you can stand up, Erin Allen go blow no down. Me I tell you. But the real competition, as you know, starts second round. Because trust me, for this group with Edinal and CC, I can't foresee any other team challenging for first or second. As I said, you may very well find an upset, but Lennon, I'm not seeing them challenging. Claude Mackey, certainly not. Thompson Town, no. Kellits, not challenging. They are playing and they will give some challenging football terms, but I don't think they're challenging going forward. All right. So yes, the competition, people, it's very at this stage. It is like there are some teams that are known, I would have believed, and you can bet your last dollar on that they will go through the zones and comfortable too. Comfortable too. Now, Paul Bogle, people. Paul Bogle also scored 10 goals against Robert Lightburn. So that is the sort of thing we're talking about. Whole lot of goals. Now, will this goal feast continue in both Manning and DaCosta Cup? And we have to ask the question, will it? But look at this, people, the most shocking news. And not just the news itself, but the performance. Dustin Cohen from Denby scored 9 goals out of the 18. So he scored 50% of the goal that Denby scored against Wolves. Nine. And I'm just gonna touch something. I will highlight the top goal scorers in both Manning and DaCosta Cup in a little while. And then you can look at it to see where do we go. But Dustin Cohen, people, from one match, scoring 3 hat-tricks. Hat-trick of hat-trick. Can I describe it that way, people? Can I really describe it that way? Hat-trick of hat-tricks. Or is it hat-tricks of hat-trick? Talk to me now, man. Eh? All right, so Trevor again. Any result from Manchester and Hollywood? Hollywood. I'm gonna get that results for you. Yes, there were some results there. All right, so I'm gonna get them for you, respectively. All right, so I'm getting them, and let me see if I can let you have them shortly. But yes, people. So while I'm looking for those results, I am still surprise. I'm also happy to, I'm also happy that goals are scoring. And I hope the teams that suffers those heavy defeats are not too, what would I say now, disheartened, yes? I hope that they have not lost confidence so they're not able to perform the next game. But, to the coaches of those teams, you need now to pull out all the stops, yes? Pull out everything. If you need psychologists or psychiatrists or counselors within your squad, within your scope to assist these boys. Because I know it can't be easy, people. So while I'm praying and I enjoying the goals scored, I also have a feeling for those teams and players who have suffered those defeats. So again, fans, don't hit these boys too hard. Help them to grow. And this is one of the reasons I really decided that I want to do as much games as possible, people. I want to carry the games because there are some schools, there are some players, the country or in the diaspora, whoever you are, overseas or local, you will not be able to see some of these teams or to see some of these players from these young teams. And I say that to say, I have learned of a particular player from my alma mater who has made it to all DaCosta. And he conceded goals and goals. He was a goalkeeper. He conceded like 12 goals in a match, 6 in a match. But yet, till at the end of the season, he was able to make the All DaCosta Cup team. What that means, he did well. And so some of these teams will have players who are doing well, but because of the high scoring that they suffered, it overshadows the individuals. So it's good that we need to see these. So hopefully more persons out there can stream some games, so these lads can be seen or people can see their respective games. All right, so Trevor, you're asking now about the scores for Manchester High and Homewood. Manchester High and Homewood. All right. Where did I have that? I'm trying to get them up. Um, Manchester Homewood, Manchester. I think I've given that score line already. It's a whole lot of things I have to go through, Trevor, and people. Just I'm really trying to find them. All right. Until I find it, let me continue. Um, is there anyone who have the scores? But I'm getting there. Let me just go through this section and that. So, what zone is Manchester again? Manchester Homewood. All right. So the games, Trevor, for Manchester. So Homewood game. Homewood lost their first game 1-0. And they lost to Christiana. All right. So Christiana beat Homewood 1-0 in their first encounter. All right. Manchester High, they also won their first game, and I think they scored 4 unanswered goal against Mayday. So 4-0 to Manchester against Mayday. So Manchester won their first game, Homewood lost their first game. So Manchester won 4-0 and Homewood lost 1-0. All right, Trevor? So me know those are two of your teams where you fancy up there in Manchester. Yeah, man. So split results. Yes, your very good friends support these teams, and I know you support them too in cool Manchester. All right. So I'm not sure, people, if you actually take this into consideration. But why is it is important to me? The fact that so many goals have been scored, it's very important that we highlight these goal scorers because they are scorers scoring a lot. All right. So I'm gonna see if I will give you the top 10 scorers from the DaCosta Cup first. As I mentioned before, Dustin Cohen, who have scored 9 goals for Denby. Peter Porkskin McLaughlin, are you on show, sir? Please come and give us some highlights. Let us know about this Denby team. All right, so Denby, Cohen scored 9 goals, so he's leading with 9 goals from one game. He scored 3 hat tricks. So it's hat trick of hat tricks. All right. Kaheem Dixon from Clarendon College has or scored 5 goals. So he's second on the chart on 5 goals. And guess what? Kaheem Dixon has scored 4 of those 5 goals were scored today. I think he scored all 4 goals for Clarendon College in the match against Kellits this afternoon, earlier. So Kaheem Dixon, he scored a trick today and so on. So 4 goals. In third position, Tajay Thomas from Edwin Allen people. What the Piba man them there? You hear that Piba? Edwin Allen fans. And you don't beat me too hard, for calling out Edwin Allen fans, especially for these people. Don't beat me too hard. But Tajay Thomas is in third with 4 goals. So he had scored a brace in 2 of the 2 games that he has scored. Very good start. Very good start. Brace in 2 games? What more can you ask for? And I'm sure that he had missed quite a few. Now we have Chevon Miller from Happy Grove who have scored 3. So let me check to see Happy Grove to see how much that score. So Happy Grove scored 5 goals in one match. So Chevon, he had scored an hat-trick. So from that one game he played, he scored 5. No, sorry, he scored 3 goals. All right. So that's an hat-trick. We also have Dekar Winter scoring 3 goals, and Dekar is also from Denby. So he also scored an hat-trick. So that means 2 players have scored 3 or more goals in that game. So Denby High seems like they are very, very attacking. They are very good goal scorers. And I will caution you people who believe that these players are playing against weak teams. Let me tell you something. No matter how the team weak, when you are in front of that goal, it's a different story. So for a player to come up and score 5 goals in one match, there must be something about that player. There must be something special about the player. And we can debate that right through and we can have the discussion. What do you think about that? What say you? So strongly believe that Cohen is somebody to look out for. I remember, that name has been calling from last year. He was the standout player for them last year, and he showed that he is there and he will be with the big boys this time around. All right. So we have Malachi Douglas from Clarendon College, the captain. He has 2 goals. Right. DeAndre Brown, that name is also ringing a bell coming from Rossies. He has 2. Leon Campbell from Irwin has 2. Adrian Miller from Denby has 2. Daniel Daly from Denby has 2. So the top 10 goal scoring so far in this competition. And I cannot say after 2 rounds because some teams score, some zones rather, played 2 games. So after the first round, we have to look at it like that. That Denby has 1, 2, 3, 4 players in the top 10 as goal scorers. All right. A matter of fact, only Denby and Clarendon College has two players in the top 10, two or more players. All right, so that's a sign. People, I think I need to see this Demby team. I think I need to see the Demby team. So look out for Saudi Press Show and one of these Demby show. All right. Again, we all know that in that group zone H rather, that Edwin Allen is the early pace setter, right? So they are setting the pace. They are leading the zone. So everybody has to chase. And that's good. Very, very good. So as it is, leading the zone. Edwin. All right. Now let's look at the round of games for tomorrow in the DaCosta Cup. So tomorrow is the 15th. Tomorrow is what? Friday? Friday the 15th. I'm gonna check and see where Demby has the next match because I think I need another a match from Demby. All right, so Cambridge versus Frome tomorrow. Cambridge versus Frome. All right. Now that game, I my prediction for that game, Frome 3-0 over Cambridge. That's my prediction. Frome 3-0 over what will we say? Cambridge. Remember that. Remember that. Rossies versus Green Island, and Rossies will be at home. My prediction, Rossies, I'm going for another 3-0. So Rossies again will score 3-0. They have scored 3 in their first game, and I believe they will continue on that 3-0 path to take it 3-0. So Rossies 3-0 over Green Island. So at that zone has 5, so 2 games will play tomorrow. Next, Cedric Titus, Ocherius. This game is a big game. I think it's a big game based on the last results. And of course, it is the table topping performance. you know, I, and I'm going to call it, but not necessarily table toppers because this zone has 8 teams in it, people. Sorry about that. 8 teams in this zone, zone C, with Ocherius and Cedric Titus. But remember, Cedric Titus had a 5-1 victory over Abbott Gallimore. Was it Abbott? No. 5-1 over Ferncourt. Yes. So Cedric Titus won 5-1 over Ferncourt. So they scored 5 goals. Ocherius on the other hand, with Swamp Discovery Bay, 15-0. So prediction for this game, and if you're looking at stats, maybe the level of competition is different in the 2 matches. But my prediction, I'm not sure if Cedric Titus is still being coached by a friend of mine or one friend Maradona. Yes. But Ocherius, my prediction for Ocherius to win this game by 2-1. That is my prediction. Where, yes, if you have something different, people come out and say it. But prediction for Ocherius Cedric Titus is 2-1. That's my prediction. All right. Next, we have Ferncourt William Nib. William Nib suffered a shocking 1-0 to not so much of a shocking because Brownstone also have quality in their team. But it was expected that William Nib would have won. So William Nib, I think, will maybe want to come back from that defeat. They want to prove a point. They need to come back. So I'm giving them the edge to beat Ferncourt by 2 goals. 2 clear goals for William Nib. The other game, again, these are games that both teams had won in this. Brownstone versus Yorkcastle. I'm not sure this game is an easy one to call, but Yorkcastle came out with was it what was it again? A 5-2 victory, yes, over Abutnat Gallimore. So I'm not too sure of the quality of Abutnat. But Yorkcastle we expected to do well, even though the composition of their team they had last year and how the teams were set up is sort of different this year because of certain situations, right? And they had a partnership. I'm not sure if I could say a real partnership with Mount Pleasant, but there are a number of Mount Pleasant academy players who had played for Yarcas last year. And what I was told is that a few of them, if not most of them, has gone because the coach is no longer there. So, but Yarcastle, I give Yarcastle the edge to beat Brownstone 2-1. I think Brownstone will score, but sorry, Mr. Freddie, my big friend. Mr. Thomas, aka, well, let me not say the aka, I don't want them carried down there, but the principal of Brownstone, my very good friend. I know you want to hit your castle because of certain things. Can I say it, sir? Your castle. I believe, if my memory serves me right, that the principal of Brownstone is a Yorkcastle old boy. I'll leave it right there. But Yorkcastle will win this game 2-1. But not Gallimore and Discover Bay, the two teams that got beat up big time. I will give about that Gallimore the edge to win this game by 2 goals to nil. Why? I mean, I think Discover Bay are able to put up after coming from 15 nil, and I don't think they have the quality. About that Gallimore is here for a long time. They might not as strong, but I think they will be stronger than Discover Bay. So I have about that Gallimore to come back and win that game 2-0. Rangel versus Nakalva. Rangel versus Nakalva. Mm. Rangel versus Nakalva. That's a game that both of these teams they lost their opening game. Yes, I think Nakalva lost. No, Nakalva they didn't play. This is their first game. Nakalva, this is their first game. But Grangel had lost 1-0 to Petersfield. So it will be a very interesting game. Very interesting game. I don't know what to call it. But I will give Grangel the edge for a 1-0 victory. People again, I'm going to have a prediction. All right, prediction. Okay, give me yours if you want to compete or if you want to give a different story. All right, so remember we have another discussion later on in PIBA. I say I two PIBA member Mr. come out blazing, what's up? Nobody know I hear anything more. Nobody know have anything to say PIBA. Remember PIBA, you are the main sponsor for the Saudi Crest show, PIBA, don't forget that you are the main sponsor. Don't drop your responsibilities. Let me call you out, Mr. Chairman. Chairman of PIBA, Dallas Harris. PRO. The PRO, Mr. Jason Leofius Barnes. Don't forget your responsibility on the Saudi Crest show. All right, my people. Next game, Monroe versus Newell. Again, I'm not sure what Monroe have, people. Really and truly, I don't know what to look at. I don't know what Monroe really has. But they have drawn their first game. Yes, just like Newell have drawn their first game. But anything can happen. So again, I'm going for a draw game. I'm going for another draw game. So these two teams will continue to draw their second game. Yes, second game for them. So the other game in that is Lakovia, Magati versus Tets. Magati versus Tets. I will give Tets an advantage. Tets will win this game by 3 goals to 1. 3 goals to 1. That's my take for Magati. All right, Magati is scoring, so we not disrespect them. So Rambo, win your second game, my boss. All right, big up yourself, Rambo. You know, a big coaching Treasure Beach right now, going into the Premier League for next season. Big up yourself, Bridge Rambo. Yeah, man. Lakovia versus BB Cook. BB Cook, BB Cook. BB Cook, I believe, mm, I'm not sure what to say about BB Cook right now. BB Cook have won their first game. They are leading the zone. Yes, they have beaten Roger Clark by, is it 6 goals to nil? BB Coke beat Raja Clark by 6 goals to nil. But I want you to also understand that BB Coke has done well over the past couple of years. I think they have, did BB Coke won the Ben Francis one year? Is that so? But BB Coke, did BB Coke be a part of that Manchester High zone at once? I wonder if I'm mixing up the teams. But I stand for correction, people. But BB Coke is a team with quality. But I don't know how strong they are really. But hitting 6 in their first game, we have to pay them a level of respect. So my prediction for this is that they will continue on the high scoring chart. They will beat Lakovia 3 goals to 1 tomorrow. My prediction 3-1 for BB Coke against Lakovia. Sydney Pagan and Roger Clark, again, the minnows in the group. Am I right? They are the minnows in the group. So Sydney Pagan, they had drawn their first game, but I will have to give them the advantage over Raja Clark to give them a 1-0 victory over Raja Clark. Mayday Cross Keys. Mayday Cross Keys, people. That is the Manchester zone. My God. Mayday Cross Keys. Cross Keys have lost their game too. I think they have lost 4-1 to Belair. So, and Mayday has lost 4-0 to Manchester. I'm not sure how to take this one, but I'm going to give Mayday a 1-0 victory over Kraskis. That's my prediction. Manchester Departure College. That's a very, very interesting game. If you remember last year, how it penciled out, and for this year, both teams start on a winning note. Both teams they have not conceded either in this competition. But Manchester High, I believe, will have more to offer than the Carter College. But I see this game end up 2-1 for Manchester High School. Prediction, talk to me. Yes, the Carter College has been they did well. I think they beat Manchester High last year. They did? I think so. They were very competitive. A matter of fact, they were in the second round last year. I think Garvey Massey was a team who knocked them out of the second round. All right, so 2-1 to Manchester High. St. Joseph Belair. Mount St. Joseph, as I said, I don't know nothing about Mount St. Joseph. Belair has won their first game 4-1. So I think they will give this Mount St. Joseph team a 4-0 whopping tomorrow. So Belair 4-0 over Mount St. James. Final match in this tomorrow's fixture is St. Mary High versus Iona. St. Mary High versus Iona. I think St. Mary High and Iona will end up 0-0. I don't see any of these teams scoring tomorrow. So 0-0 for that. So that's the prediction, ladies and gentlemen, for tomorrow's game. What say you? Do you have anything different? Give me your thought. Trevor, you asked about the questions. You have not said anything else since I gave you the response. Are you disappointed in those results or are you happy? Just let me know. All right, so we continue. Finally, we want to look at the goal scorers for the Manning Cup. Yes, or better yet, let's look at the goal scorers and then I might very well go into the games for tomorrow. So in the Manning Cup, Wow, some interesting scoring here. But fortunately, I only have one, two, three, five, top five. Why is that so? In the Manning Cup, we have Jawan Payne from Haile Selassie. Who is the coach of Haile Selassie, people? Haile Selassie. Let me tell you something straight. Haile Selassie will be a force to reckon with this year. I had some conversation with the coach preseason. Never seen the team really, but based on what he has put together and what he has said to me, he's expecting great things. I've got reports they are playing good. They have gone 2 from 2. They won today. So, of course, they are expected to continue and they're winning note. So, here Selassie, even though this is a sort of surprise, um, what would I say now? Mm, competition. Eltham, I had never had Eltham to be one of the top teams. I suspect that they could some second half. Hazel has said second. But Eltham has outscored Hazel. Eltham has scored had played 2 games and scored 15 goals. While Hazel has played two and scored 12 goals. None of these teams are conceded. So Eltham is leading the zone, people. All right. So when you look at this, you can safely say, yes, you can safely say that these two teams are going very good. But so for this match tomorrow with Hay Selassie, I believe where did I go? No, not the match, but the goal scorer from Hay Selassie, which is Payne, who has scored 4 goals already. It's 4 from 12. So he has been doing well 2 games, but the team scored 12 goals and he already had 4 of those goals in his pocket. Right? Did well. Matthew Spence from St. George's College also have 4 goals. Stephen Bull from Eltham also have 4. And remember, Eltham 2 games, 15 goals. St. George's College has 1 game. Was it 16 or 15 goals? All right, so good going for the boys. Adrian Reed Jr., St. George's College, has scored 3 goals. I don't know Adrian Reed, right? I don't know him. But surprising, isn't that Adrian is a defender? Are they just use him to play defense in in the under 15s? Are they under was it under 15? Are they under 17? I think it's the under 17. Let me see. Brian Burkett, if I pronounce the name right, he has 3 goals from Georges. So guess what? These are hat tricks, eh? So Georges has three players in the top 5 goal scoring. Spence on 4, Reed Jr. on 3, and Burkett on 3. So those are your top 5. Going good, right? Going great ones. People, we just have about 10 minutes left to the end of the show. So I just want to cover this, all right? So now look at the matches for tomorrow in the Manning Cup. All right. So the Manning Cup matches tomorrow. Tivoli first versus Spanish Town. Tivoli, I see Tivoli going up 1 to rebound, coming back from the first game lost to JC. I think they will beat Spanish Town by 2 goals to 0. JC, Cumberland. I think this will be a swamping of people. Look out! I think JC will beat this Cumberland team by 5 goals to 0. So Jamaica College, who is second in their group behind Kingston Technical, who Kingston Technical I think beat Cumberland, right? 3-1. So Jamaica College will have Cumberland to play, and I'm seeing Jamaica College running away by 5 goals to 0 over Cumberland. Kingston Technical, who is leading, playing Meadowbrook, they will continue. They will beat Meadowbrook 3-1. So they continue to score. But let's see how the zone will finish in terms of tomorrow's result. St. Catherine versus St. Mary. St. Catherine is a very good team, very talented team, people. And yes, even though, you know, I don't know how I will say that, but St. Catherine, I expect to easily dispatch St. Mary's College. And I'm looking for a big result. I think this game will end up about 8 or 9 nil. So check it out. St. Catherine High tomorrow's game. I see them coming 9 nil over St. Mary's College. That's my prediction. Big results. Inzud versus Mona. Mona, very good team, maybe one of the best structured team in schoolboy football today based on their background. You know, they link with big coach Craig Butler and manager, the Phoenix Academy. I think Mona will find it so easy against Inzud. I'm looking for Mona to beat Inzud 5 goals. 5 goals to nil over Inzud. If am I pushing my luck too much with those big scores? I strongly believe that the scores will be far, far exceed next year, last year rather. Holy Trinity over Norman, man. Holy Trinity, people. Holy Trinity, Holy Trinity. Holy Trinity for the past couple of years never looked bad. But somehow they have fall out of grace. Yes, I'm not seeing anything much coming from Holy Trinity recently. So, they have not played any game yet because, is that so? Holy Trinity have not played anything. They have not played a game? Oh man, something not right. But I'm expecting um, Norman Manley to bounce back from their 3-0 loss. Yes? To, I think, who beat them again 3-0? Was it Mona? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But Norman Manley should get the better of Holy Trinity in tomorrow's game. All right. Um, so that's it for the games on for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So those are my predictions. What say you? And hopefully that I can have another day of full um, penetrative results, correct results, ladies and gentlemen. So again, I ask that you continue to support this article. So welcome. I want you to hit the like button, people. Just don't stay there. I'm expecting for you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Share because you know that the Saudi Crest channel will bring you much more what you want to see. I know you want to see the games live. I can't be everywhere, unfortunately. I can't do all the games. I'm not sure I will be able to do 30%, but guess what? I promise that I will carry games that you want to see. And if you make a request, if you want a particular game, especially those from the DaCosta Cup, and I will take a few of the Manning Cup 2 project. Not a big promise, but the DaCosta Cup games. If there are games that you want to see and you're able to manage, you can give me a link. Again, that's my number, people. You can WhatsApp me, you can call. If you want to make a request for a particular game, let us talk. All right? More so, look out. Big games coming up. Yes? I want to see where Denby is for the next game, and I will track that, but I will let you know where I'll be for the next game. All right? People, bless upon yourself. Tomorrow is Friday, it's a regular show. And so tomorrow I want to come in with a few guests to top off the week, right? And look forward for tomorrow night's show. Bigger and better. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we leave you. And I ask that you thank you very much for staying with us. Thank you very much for your participation. And also big up yourself wherever you are. This is the Saudi Press Show. And thank you again for joining. This is where we have to say goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye. All right?